I am Rafa Benitez. You are watching the Redmen TV.
Next question comes via the Anfield Chat. Thank you very much for getting in touch, guys. Simply, Lucas versus Alan. Who's better and who should be in the team?
I don't know.
Is there a question that neither of them should be in the team?
I think Lucas is better and neither need to be in the team.
It's a shame because, again, I really feel like, personally, I've reached a real impasse this summer after just how diabolical the back end of last season was. And I'm a hyper-tolerant person, particularly Liverpool players. I've backed so many
techies and sort of bitter end.
Yeah, because he's been, they've been signed for a reason. I like to think I can see a good player when I see them, and I've seen enough in both Lucas and Alan to suggest when people say they're shite, winds me up. Because neither of them are shite. They've both got something.
Yeah, I've seen some shite.
Absolutely. And I think that's the most important thing. Yeah. When you compare some of the genuine dross, when people go, he's the worst, it's like, he really isn't. Neither of those come anywhere near it. Neither of them are there. And I think in terms of success in their Liverpool careers, it's Lucas. Lucas is well above Joe Allen. But Joe Allen has his merits. I just don't quite know.
I think Joe Allen, unfortunately, I agree. Everybody knows that I like Joe Allen, but I think he's had his chance at Liverpool. I don't think he's done enough in the time that he's been at the club to warrant any more time. Yeah. And we are wanting to push on, and I think he's a passenger.
Where does he play, Chris?
He's a centre mid in a system that doesn't play a fucking centre mid.
He's a defensive attacking mid. I think literally, no, but I joked, he's pressing, he's like a little fucking terrier. He can't do that from a defensive midfield holding position. I think he's a liability, and we've seen that, particularly in big games. I like him when we played like a 3 and we've had a holding mid, like that midfield 3 when in the great season when we started to kick on in December, when it was Lucas anchoring with Allen and Henderson in front.
Like that 3 there.
That was a really, just like that. That was a good midfield, and I like Allen pressing high up the pitch. But the problem is that we've seen it too many times when he's broken into good positions, he doesn't have a goal in him, and that you can't lose what is ostensibly attacking midfielder spot on someone who can't score goals for you.
Yeah,
like the guy, I think he's terrific, and I think he's absolutely international class. He's Premier League class. I'm not sure. I look at Liverpool's midfield options. Does he get in ahead of anyone on the books as midfielders for Liverpool next season?
I think he's another one, and it's interesting that this guy has actually paired them together at Anfield Chat to put them together, because he's another one for me who is a kind of top half Premier League player, but he's not a top 4 Premier League player. And Joe Allen, on a good day with a following wind, he looks tidy, neat and tidy, pinging the ball around, closing down. You come up to a top side, and all of a sudden his technique isn't quite as sharp as it needs to be, and physically he's not big enough. You see him just getting monstered by Yaya Toure, and you're just looking at it and you're thinking, fucking hell, we've come to a gunfight with a knife type of thing, you know. And he just looks completely, to me, unequipped to dominate a top elite midfield. So on that basis, for me, he's like,
like him. It's all ticking over. It's all nice. It's fine, isn't it? Yeah. He's fine to have things in there. Keeps the ball moving and all that kind of stuff.
But is there a place for him in the squad, or is he a passenger?
I think he's a passenger. Yeah. I think if you play a 3-man centre midfield, there's a place for him. Not many teams play that. And we're not going to be playing that. Not with the attacking talent that we've got. You're not going to put Joe Allen in if you got Firmino and Coutinho and Ibe and Sterling and Lallana. It's just not going to happen, and he's not good enough defensively.
Yeah. Especially now Emre Can's coming through. If they're 2 players who are at the opposite end of the spectrum in terms of stature. Can could be. I mean, we'll see. Hopefully, he could be a monster. He really could. He could completely dominate the midfield. In the way that Vieira used to do, where he was just, there might be lots of players in that space, but he would just...
My space.
Exactly, he would just dominate that whole area.
I think the landscape's changed. I think 4, 5, 6 years ago, Joe Allen would have been perfect after the Barcelona mould. Yeah. When everything was tick-a-tacker, he's perfect for it. But, with bigger German sides coming through, playing great football with physically bigger midfielders and stuff like
more
your
athleticism.
Matiches and Yaya Toures and stuff. That his landscape where he plays has changed, and he can't do anything about it. It's not his fault. Technically, he's good.
Yeah.
He reads the game well, but he's just not there with
I
him.
agree, mate, completely. The thing is where does he get his game at Liverpool now? I think if I was Joe Allen, I'd give it until January. You know, give it everything he's got in the pre-season. But I'd be looking for a move if I was Joe Allen, because I think his career is stagnating and he needs to go somewhere where he can play.
Yeah.
And I just don't
Like I
see him
said,
getting the
I
game
like.
this year.
It's another one I like. I like Joe Allen.
Yeah.
And it's just
I
just
do.
a shame.
I do.
I think sometimes the luck is with you, and I think about those opportunities in big games. Everton being the prime example of it. It's there, mate. There's your chance. Make yourself a fucking Liverpool legend. Stick the ball in the back of the net, and and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
And you're not, and you think sometimes careers can be made or broken on that. And if he had those, because I remember the games where we were playing him at like almost like the tip of the diamond or whatever, and he was arriving late in the box and he's getting shots off and stuff. And you think, oh yeah. If he starts scoring a couple of goals, fantastic. But he hasn't developed that side of his game, and what it boils down to, and we've spoken about Lucas on the earlier on in the show, that there's possibly a ceiling to where Lucas doesn't have a goal in him either.
Yeah.
But he is a specialist in a defensive midfield position,
and
when
that's
it
why
boils down to it,
and that's why
he's more valuable to you.
Exactly, and that's why Lucas gets a game. And that's why Alan would tell not to this year. As soon as we signed James Milner, the first thing I thought was, well, that's Alan fucked. Because he's,
and if we were to sign someone like Iliana Mendy, what's the point?
Yeah.
I
think Alan has got to hope this year, and I'd like Rodgers to see him do it. I'd like Rodgers to have him as a Europa League player. Do you know what I mean? So he becomes like a sort of the senior player in that junior team, if you know what I mean.
Just been handed some, thanks very much, Craig, for you were unzipping before. 833. Since he joined Liverpool in July 2007, Lucas has made more tackles than any other player in the Premier League. Steal. Up to Joe.
Nice.
There you go. Thanks very much. Bring back the Nokia 3210. So there you go. So and obviously you can go any way you want with stats. There's probably a stat that suggests that no one's had more shots and put more into Rosette from defensive midfield.
Charlie Adam.
Yeah, but he does score a couple every
from the
now and
halfway
again.
line.
Yeah, so there you go. Do let us know your thoughts on that.
That was a pass.
In an ideal world, as we've discussed on the show earlier, that in an ideal world, you can bring in someone like, if you had a Matic, this would be an academic question. Unfortunately for both of those players, that wouldn't even be anywhere in contention, as you've already said earlier. Does Lucas get into any of the teams above us in the Premier League? I think he'd probably be a decent squad player. I think like an example, like if Coquelin and hadn't come to the forefront at Arsenal, they similar to us. I don't think he'd play every week, but they could do with having someone who can do that job.
Yeah.
But and similarly, Man United to some extent, but Chelsea absolutely not. City, I don't see either of those players are like they're not the missing piece to any side, are they? Unfortunately, but let's say Lucas versus Alan. Who would you go with? Thanks very much, the Anfield Chat, for that question. Right, we're going to cut you off like the bad drug dealers that we are. No, if you want the next hit, you have to pay. No, if you want to carry on watching the show, if you carry on watching the show, go to redmentv.com. We've answered loads more of your questions on RMTV Question Time, including who do we want taking our pens? If you were Rodgers, what new word would you adopt for the season? What formation Liverpool should start with next season? Who's the best right back of Liverpool of all time? Who's going to be our most underrated player? Who's better, Ings or Origi? And a whole host of other boss things. It costs us £2 a month normally, but as I say, it's free for the first month. Go and check it out. If you like it, keep it. If you don't, whatever, man. The link will be at the end of this video. Go and check it out. Ta-ra.
3, come on. 4, 5, 6, speed it up, Phil. 7, 8, 9,